All right. Shalom, Yasharala. Giving infinite honors to our Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakakadash, double honors to our apostles and other bishops, the great millstone. Salutation to my fellow laborers in the Mashak Yahushai, puts his blood doctrine across the four winds in this final hour. Shalom. All right. And this I'm gonna go into the prophets to the protests and these riots that's going on in Minnesota. And they're really going on throughout the world. A couple of weeks ago, you had multitudes out in Iran. All right. And this goes into in the final hour, the Lord said he was going to be uproars amongst the people. Those are one of the tokens being the final hour. All right. And during these uproars, man, right now in America, you have rights in the constitutions that the citizens can go out and protest. All right. And when we're out here telling the people through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai that those civil liberties that you have are about to get taken away. These people coming in these streets protesting are going to get laid waste, and this devil is going to introduce his futuristic weapons to get these people in control. The day going to come where people are going to be scared to go out here and protest because this devil got weapons, sonic frequencies that will just that they point to towards the crowd, and everybody's ears will start bleeding and bleeding from their nose, and their eardrums are bust. Okay, they have riot control futuristic weapons. And all of this is prophecy is being fulfilled. All the things I'm about to play with this guy, what he said, is all prophecy. All right, uproars amongst the people, Egyptian slaying Egyptian. Okay, people not giving a fuck about the delegates, the aristocrats, the nobles, the government officials of this land. Okay, all hell is about to break loose. Jacob's trouble is going to be in full effect, and America's going to be a third world country overnight. The message is the same. All right. And this is so much another piece of those tokens. All right. But you're about to hear this guy say the government wants this, but the Lord is controlling the rulers of this world. All right. The deceiver and the deceiver are his, and he's putting the spirit on these people to vex the inhabitants of the land so they can come out here and go to work and riot. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to play this clip. Abarat is edifying to the hearer.
You're right. You guys who keep coming to me and saying, I'm telling you, there's something off about what's happening in Minnesota. You're right. It's not organic. It's the opposite. But you have to understand why. There are clearly forces involved that want to make it worse, that want open violence on the street. And here's the fringe dynamics.
And the forces, what he don't understand is prophecy. All right. This devil has to come down with great wrath because he had but a short time. That's prophecy. These Americans have to slay Americans. This is prophecy. Revelation 12, Isaiah the 19th chapter. Those are the forces that are at work, which is ultimately the forces of Yahweh by Shema Shai, the testimony, the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. These prophecies have to come to pass. All right, he's looking at it from the corner realm, and he don't understand what's going on. We understand. Blessed are our eyes because we can see. All right.
Politics is that one fringe aspect is in power of the White House. So it's not about battling extremes that are just dominating social media. We have that mentality motivating national policy. I mean, why else would you talk about sending active military under the ground in Minnesota? Well, why else would you immediately say an officer who shoots a mother in the head multiple times got run over? Because you want it worse. Why? Because it demonstrates that the people you're against are the problem, that they are violent savages. And that whatever you do,
and that's what's going on. All right, America, this government is going to demonize its inhabitants. I'm going to say that the people are enemies of the state, or fellow Americans. Okay, this government is going to go against its people so it can get more control over the people. All right, so it's going to demonize the people enemies of the state. Okay, that's all of this is happening by design, man. Okay, all the things we see on the TV and it's found out.
Be ignored because you're stopping something way worse. Why do you think you're seeing more and more people show up on the ground out there and trying to get involved in the protest? One, there are absolutely people on those streets trying to foment tension who are not from Minneapolis.
And we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. This happens throughout all the protests in America. All right, you have agent provocateurs that work for the government that they pay thousands of dollars to come out here and vex the people. All right, you'll have people from that's not even from Minnesota. That's from all over America. Uh, in Minnesota, all right, vexing the people, busting windows, all right, getting the people in the uproar and the frenzy so they can go against these ICE agents. And then these ICE agents are just going to open up on these crowds. Then you're going to have full out anarchy, all right, anarchy, protests, riots, all prophecies been fulfilled.
Floyd, I've seen it in every major confrontation in this country that I've ever covered on the streets. These guys come in, whether they're anarchists, whether they're paid, whether they're part of a political extreme that want the chaos. That's absolutely at play. You got
You see it, and like we want these prophecies to come to pass. Okay, we're for this. All right, because we can't go to the wide unless we go through this narrow corridor. This narrow corridor is all hell break loose, and us being public enemy number one, and then we start uh, being reviled by the inhabitants of the land. Because all of this things that are going on in the earth right now, wars, rumors of wars, is going to swing back full circle to the prophets. All right, and they're going to deem us public enemies number one. So we know we have to go through this Jacob's trouble. All right, through this insurrection to get to the kingdom of heaven. So we're all for it. But this message that we preach, they're going to deem us uh, domestic terrorists, all right? And they're going to come down on us, like what he's just said. People that speak against the system, all right? And the way you speak against the system is just by telling the truth, and you're going to be deemed an offender for a word, man, for telling the truth. Have I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Yes, you have. And the only people that's telling the truth and sincerity through the spirit and understand what's going on is the prophets, man. Okay? This guy, he sees clearly from a worldly perspective, but he don't know what the fuck is going on ultimately. Okay? He understands that you have agent provocateurs out there. He understands that the government wants to bring in martial law so they could take away the liberties and do away with the Constitution. All right, so they can bring in that digital certificate and get more control over the people. All right, he understands that from a worldly perspective. All right, but the prophets, we understand what we see. All right, we know what's going on. Okay, he don't, but he's bringing out good information. All right, he's on point with his understanding from a worldly perspective because what is written, the children of this world are wiser than the children of light. The ones who are clueless is the majority of our people. They don't know what this guy knows right here. Okay, our people are the ones that are silly. All right, laden with sins.
a social media economy that rewards outrage. Of course, people are showing up with their cameras and their brands
It's all by
on the
design.
street to foment tension. That's how you get paid. That's what you've allowed by design on social media.
Yep.
So you're right about all of it. There's something really off about what's happening. Why? ICE isn't supposed to be doing things that way. They're doing that way because it's very provocative. So who wants to provoke what? See with your own eyes. There's plenty to point out. It's not just the White House, but come on. You can't look at how ICE is doing the job and what keeps happening and think they don't want that. So why do they want it? Now you start to see.
They want all hell to break loose. All right. Problem, action, resolution. All right. They start the problem. All right. Get the people in uproar, have the people rioting so they can put in martial law. Then when they bring in martial law, all right, they're going to roll out a new world order and do away with the old constitution. All right. And then what happens? You're going to have a whole new banking system, a whole new money system. But what comes with that new money system is more than just having currency to do business do business and commerce, they're going to have out a new educational system, new philosophies you have to live by. You're going to have to bend your knee to Baal, man. Okay? When you read Revelation 13 chapter and it talks about you couldn't buy, sell, or trade without it, you also going to have to conform to the image of the beast, okay? You're going to have to do things in the within the philosophies that this new constitution is going to roll out and tell you to do. You're just going to have to be a full-fledged degenerate, connected to the matrix and doing as the Romans do. All right? You have to follow the philosophers of the great red dragon. All right? You're going to be one with the beast. But that's why they want these protests to turn into riots. So what has to happen to get the people in the frenzy? They have to kill more people. All right? On camera and make it look like the people are innocent, you know? And some of this shit, man, some of this shit you can't tell if it's real or fake. You just need the Lord to give you the eye salve to guide you. 1 minute you'll think it's a real fucking incident, and then the next thing you know is just a bunch of paid actors hitting you with political theater. You don't know what you're looking at with all these goddamn psyops going on. Who's psyoping who? Fuck.
As a critical thinker, what this is really about. Who can be the most outraged?
You see, and you heard him say, who is a critical thinker?
Once you start talking about,
when you're educated in America, it takes away your critical thinking capacity. All right, you're bred to just believe whatever you see on TV, and everything you see on TV, the vast majority of it is fake. All right, this devil is set up to deceive. All right, that's what he was set up to. The Lord raised this devil up in the last day to deceive the nations. You read that in Revelation the 20th chapter. You don't know what the fuck you're looking at nowadays.
How can we ramp it up? How can we be the ones that go the farthest? Worse is to come.
Worse is to come. That guy's on point. Worse is to come. And what's going to come, I got another clip. Bear with me. All right, right here. Bear with me. All right, right here. Oh, no, that was what I got. That video I was looking at. That's not it. Oh, yeah, that's the one. I think that's it. It wasn't a short.
Is transforming customer service and the
Yeah, this the one. All right. You see all these motherfuckers out here protesting. Had one I had where it had thousands of people out there. Now this ain't it. Bear with me. I want to get that clip where it had thousands of people out there. Bear with me. I think it might be on a short. Looking at it earlier. Damn. Well, I'm gonna pull that one up. Thought I had it ready before this thing was over. But I had one. What I was looking at, it was a short where it had thousands of people out there, and that's what this devil wants to do. All right. I want. Oh, here you go, right here. This is right here. Got it. Got him. All right. Now you see all these people out here. All right. Just imagine these people attack the military, those people out there. All right, they attack the police, the military men, those ICE agents. All right, that'll be a full out riot. Okay, when that guy say worse is gonna come, the day is gonna come where these uh authority figures, they're gonna shoot in these crowds. These crowds are gonna become violent. All right, they're gonna be in despair. You know, hyperinflation is the theme of the day. Okay, and these people are out there by the thousands, and it's not they're not gonna shoot rubber bullets in these crowds. That's what's worse is gonna happen. All right, in the final hour, in this final hour that we're living in, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. All right, and uproars of the people means, all right, the people are gonna come out here. What Americans do, come out by the thousands and protest is gonna turn violent. Okay, because this is a violent nation. He that liveth by the sword dies by the sword. All right, and these people are gonna get meleeed by these government officials, and all hell is gonna break loose on every front. All right, this is let's funnel this through the scriptures. All right, that's thousands of people out there, man. These people that's like a military right there. All right, the people. All right, that's the sea that you read about in the book of Revelation. It's the people, the multitudes. All right, this is Isaiah, the 40th chapter, and I'm gonna start at verse 8. Okay, and it reads Isaiah 48. That's not what I want. Sirach 40 and 8. Salakia for that. All right, this is Sirach chapter 40, verse 8, and it reads, such things happen to all flesh. Such things happen to all flesh, both man and beast. And that is 7-4 more upon sinners. See, this fine hour is Jacob's trouble is for the wicked. All right. It's for everybody that believeth a lie. All right. These judgments are coming to the house of the thief and everybody that subscribe to the philosophies of the thief, which is the so-called white man. Death, bloodshed, strife, and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. All right, it's going to happen to these multitudes, all these Americans, all these thousands of people, man. Okay, and it reads, these things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. Okay, so all these judgments is for these people, all right, coming out there protesting, so on and so forth. All right, and what did the Lord say? That first death was for those wicked inhabitants of the land, man. Why the flood? Why he flooded? Why he brought the first death to the planet Earth? Because every thought and every imagination of the people was wicked. All right. Now the same thing is happening in this final hour. People are in the same spirit that people was in during that first death. All right. And the Lord is about to bring in that lake of fire. All right. To slay these people. All right. This is Isaiah 24 and verse 10. Okay, and it's beautiful times for us that understand what we see. All right, Isaiah 24, chapter 24, verse 10. All right, and it's a 4-time written. The city of confusion is broken down. All right, this is confusion. Why are those people out there protesting? Okay, why you see these people out there by the multitudes protesting? Because all hell is breaking loose. They're seeing their so-called beautiful country uh, fall into derision. All right. They're seeing all their dreams, goals, and aspirations disappearing. All right. This is confusion. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. That's why these people out here protesting. Okay. That's why they out there protesting. Okay. They are crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened and the mirth of the land is gone. They're not out there for a Super Bowl party. They're out there protesting because they don't like how their government is dealing with them. All right, and it's gonna all circumvent into an all-out melee. Right, this is prophecies being fulfilled. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Okay, we know what we seeing. All right, it say the gate is smitten in destruction. In the ancient world, the gates was when you walked into a city. All right, and the gates of these cities where all these people dwell, is nothing but destruction is going to come. These cities, heavy populated cities. All right, where these people are popular protesting. All right, the Lord is going to melee them. Is He might drop a pocket nuke or something on their ass. Okay, this is what the end looks like. When dust it shall be in the midst of the land among the people. And you're looking at the people. This is the sea that you read about in Revelation. All right, the multitudes of the people. This melting pot here in America. All right, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree and the gleaning of grapes when the vintage is done. Okay, and when the vintage is done, everybody's going to be in despair. Everybody's going to be in a bad state. And that's why they're out there, because they're in a bad state. The wicked is ruling and the people are mourning. They're out there protesting. And soon they're going to take up arms. All right. And they're going to get busy in this motherfucker. Okay. And we just funnel these things that we see through the Holy Scrolls. All right. This is what the Bible says about that. This is what the end looks like. You should be able to link up what's going on in this final hour with the scriptures. Second Ezra 9:3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, all right, this is uproars of the people in the world. All right, so this is a telltale sign we're at the end. Okay, and there's more and more of this happening day in and day out. Okay, this ain't the first or the last protest, but mark our words through the Spirit. All right, the government is going to use their futuristic weapons on these crowds. Okay, and fuck them up. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spoke those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right. So the Lord prophesied of these things. All right. And He gives you the eye salve where you can understand these things that you see. All right. That's why we love it. That's why we hasten the day that these things speed up. Okay. We want to see this great destruction, man. Okay. We know why it's coming. All right. In fact, let's get that. This is Isaiah 29. I'm going to start from the top. All right, and it reads, woe to Ariel. This Isaiah. Nah, that got to be Proverbs. I mean, Salaki. Bear with me. All right, this is Proverbs 29 from the top. And it reads, he that often reprove harden his neck shall suddenly be destroyed and without remedy. All right, and the prophets out here warning the people here in America, going out there protesting, you're wasting your fucking time. We telling the tribes that. We telling these Americans that this place is about to be destroyed utterly. And everybody hardens their neck. They laugh and scoff at us. All right. So calamity is about to befall these people. Okay. Because this is a stiff-necked nation, a prideful, haughty nation. Okay. That would not listening to the reasoning and the warnings of the Lord. Okay. Because He got His oracles out here prophesying. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. All right. These people are not out there rejoicing. Them people out there because they're in despair. They're in bad case. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. That's why they're out there in the street. All right? Crying for wine. Crying in despair. All right? They're out there protesting because it's bad times. It's not good times. Okay? They're out there hurting. They feel their civil liberties are getting snatched away from them. And they are. And we don't care. All right, let me get this in Isaiah 17. I'm going to get this in the Net Bible. Bear with me. The Net translation. All right. This is Isaiah 17 and 12 in the Net Bible. The many nations massing together are good as dead. See, these people out here good as dead. They're going to the nation to protest the government officials that are oppressing them. It's fucking stupid. You're going to the people that have you in this bad case. You're going to the people that are passing these laws and voting on these laws to do these injustices against you. And you think you're going to get justice? No. You can't go to a devil for justice. It's a waste of time. And look, this is a melting pot of different peoples in these crowds, man. All right. You got Iranians getting deported. You got Hamites getting deported. You got the northern tribe getting deported. Okay. You even got southern tribe Haitians getting deported. All right. So this is many nations massing together, as the scriptures say. All right. The Lord said they're good as dead because they're not calling out to Yahweh Shema Shai, though, as it pertains to those of the tribe. So that makes the Lord jealous. Those who make a commotion as loud as the roaring of the sea of the waves. You see, these people out here kicking up a tumult. This is what you call the uproars of the people. They're making a commotion because they're not happy. The people making such an uproar as good as dead. The water you high about Shemaiah Shah for giving us this truth, man. These people are dead men and women walking, and children. Those who make an uproar as loud as the roaring of the power of the waves, okay? So they're out there protesting, no justice, no peace, get ice out of our country. That's not going to help you. All that's going to do is make this devil come down on you harder, all right? That's it, okay? This is book of Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 18. And it reads, for because of the pride of the city because of the pride of their pride, the city shall be troubled. In Minnesota, all right, is an American city. The whole nation of America is a proud nation. But look what's up. These prophets are jumping out of the book. These people are out there because they are troubled. They're not out there because of good tidings. They're not out there because the Minnesota Vikings has won the NFC. Nah, they are out there because they are troubled. They're in bad case. They don't like what's going on round about them. The houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. All right, a man shall have no pity on his neighbor. Okay, but they shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. We're looking at the beginning of the end. All right, the scriptures say the end is not yet, but we know the beginning when we see these things: earthquakes in diverse places, famines, and uproars of the people. Man, okay. It's about to get nastier, like the guy said on the intro of the video I put in, what he said towards the end. All right. This is Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 21 and 13. All right. And it reads, because it is trial, and what if the sword contemneth the rod? It shall not be no more, saith Yahweh. Okay. And our Lord is about to vex this place and destroy this place. I don't think that's what I wanted. No, I wanted 13. All right, that's it. Okay. Because it is a trial, and what if the sword contemneth the rod? It shall be no more, saith Yahweh thy power. All right. And this is the judgment that Yahweh Shema Shai is bringing on the people for coming against Yahweh, our great King Yahweh Shai. All right. He that rejected Yahweh Shai rejected him that sent him, man. All right. Because ultimately, these ice ages are here for the tribes. All right. Now, these other heathen nations, all right, they just been falling in. But this whole ordeal is about the northern tribe, man. All right. This devil coming down on the northern tribe. Okay. This is what happened when you reject Yahweh Shema Shai's word. Okay. The Lord be unmerciful on your eyes. This is a trial. This is a test. This is the beginning. Okay. All right. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. All right. And this is these people out there that because they've been uh stroked with wrath with a continuous stroke by the leaders of these nations, man. Okay. Preferably here in America, these corporate bankers, these so-called Jews run these government officials, and they have the government officials doing what? Oppressing the people. Okay. He's smoting the people with wrath with a continuous stroke. All right. And this is just the beginning. He hasn't done what he's gonna do. All right. This is just the beginning. This is the genesis of it. All right. He's gonna lay these multitudes waste. He's gonna drop bombs on these people. He's gonna hit these people with live ammo. Okay. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and unhindered. Okay? And he's ruling the nations in anger. All right? Him being persecuted, he's been persecuted by the prophets. All right? He's not getting taken out of his seat just yet. But what is he doing? He's ruling the people with wrath, with a continuous sword stroke. And this is why the people are in the streets protesting, crying for blood. All right, protesting it against their government and their governors and their senators, so on and so forth. And soon they're gonna get to the part where they're not gonna recognize the authority of their government officials, according to Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, and they're gonna riot. All right, and there's all these tokens, all these prophecies coming to pass, man. We almost out of here, man. Okay, the day gonna come, they gonna lay waste these people out there protesting. Protesting is gonna be a thing of the past when these ICE agents and military men open up on these crowds, man. Okay. So with that, Abba Ratazah, this was edifying to the hearers, and we get infinite honors to our Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Harakakadash, double honors to our apostles and our bishops of great millstone. Salutations to my fellow laborers in the Mashak Yahushai. Kwam Yasharala, Baba Bal, Shalom.